very accomplished women, but I'm going to give it my best shot. My name is Lacy Starling, and my title at Legion Logistics is President and Fearless Leader, and it's a title that I take very seriously. I grew up on a farm in Northeast Ohio. My father was a truck driver, and my mother stayed home with us. We were the dirtiest of dirt poor, and I'm the first person in my family to go to college. I'm the first person to graduate from college, and of course I'm the first person to get my master's degree in my family. Thank you. It was one of the prouder days of my life. But I started my first business when I was still an undergraduate in journalism school. I met up with some other students who wanted to start a media marketing and web design company in Kent, Ohio in 2002, where we were really breaking new ground with these ideas. And I was the only one who could balance the checkbook. So they decided that I should be the one to go to business school. So that first experience in business really set the stage for what's been a career of serial entrepreneurship for me. I started Legion Logistics 5.5 years ago in the basement of my house with a computer, a phone, and a desk that I bought at Walmart. Last year, we had $25.4 million in sales. We were number 156 on the Inc. 500, and last night I was humbled and honored to be the third fastest growing woman-led company at the awards ceremony. And as I say all of this, it's as a proud parent to Legion. I think anyone who started a business from scratch understands that. I have a daughter, but I also have Legion, so I consider myself to have 2 children. And my role at Legion is to grow and to lead us. We have very ambitious goals. We're a transportation brokerage, which means we move freight for companies. We don't own the trucks, we don't own the freight, we connect everybody in the middle. And so I have a sales organization. A lot of guys in the office on phones all day long. My role is to lead them into the greatness that I know that they can have in a relatively undifferentiated industry. Our goal is by 2025 to be a $350 million company. It's a very lofty goal, but it's one that I know that we can accomplish, and that's all organic growth, no acquisition. So I want to grow my people and the business that I'm leading into a great company that's a force in the logistics industry, which is typically male-dominated. When I first started Legion, one of my competitors referred to me as an Avon lady and said that he didn't think that I could possibly have the experience necessary to run a freight brokerage. And I'm happy to be proving him wrong every single day. When I heard about the Harvard program, I went online and I read the description, and they described it as a transformative experience that helps you bridge from where you are today to where you want to be tomorrow. And I think that's the perfect explanation for why I would love to participate. I need more skills in how to run a $25 million company, a $100 million company. This is territory that I've never dipped my toe into. And learning from women here, just in this week, and then knowing what I could learn at a program like Harvard OPM, it gives me confidence that I could be the one to lead my company into the $100 million, $350 million range. And because, like all of us, I'm sure, we all try to drive all the profit back into our businesses, the thought of spending $40,000 on myself, really, is a bit daunting. So the scholarship to cover half of that gives me a perfect excuse to go and get the education that I know will grow Legion Logistics into a powerhouse. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, questions?
Thanks, Lacy. You mentioned being a fearless leader. Tell us what fearless means to you.
Fearless means not being afraid to make difficult choices and difficult decisions. When, in 2013, our largest customer was the US government. And I don't know if you all remember this, but the government shut down in 2013, right? So we had to lay off people. And I had to make that incredibly difficult decision to lay people off because I knew in the long term, it would make the business more successful. I couldn't sustain the payroll that I had and keep the business in business. So it was making that decision, but then communicating it to my employees. That day when I had to lay people off, I stood in front of them and I cried. I'm a very real person, I'm a crier. And I cried and I said, I had hoped to never have to do this at Legion, but we have to. And we came back at the end of 2013 and we've grown $3 million that year. And I knew it was the right decision, but I had to be really brave to do that to my employees, for sure.
Lacy, Lacy, if you were sitting where we're sitting, what quality would you be looking for in a person who attends the Harvard program?
I think that I always look for in other leaders a willingness to share. And that's what's impressed me so much about this conference. This is my first WPO conference, is that everyone is so open in sharing their struggles, their successes, the knowledge that they've gained over the years. And that's really what I would hope to bring, is the knowledge that I have from growing a company in 5.5 years from 0 to 25 million. But then I would just want to be a sponge to soak up everything that other leaders would be willing to share with me to help me grow Legion.
Thank you.